Ladies and gentlemen, if you have ever played chess online, chances are you have been in a game where your opponent has cheated, okay? Simply put, they have cheated against you. Now, cheating in chess isn't always so obvious, okay? Because it's not always them sitting there with a chess engine, always playing the best move, playing every game at 100% accuracy. There are other examples. For example, they could turn the chess engine on halfway through, or maybe at the start to get an advantage. Or they could be watching a YouTube video of an opening while they play a chess game. That's also cheating. Or if you just have your favourite chess book sat beside you, walking you through an opening, that is also cheating. In this video, I'm going to be showing you 5 games played by one person. I've put their name as Bob, because, well, quite frankly, I don't think we should be sending any extra hate, and I know what some people are like out there, so we're going to call them Bob for this video. I'm going to be showing you 5 games from them where they very clearly cheated the entirety of the game. Like, it is not subtle in the slightest. They're like 500 elo, okay? And some of the stuff I've seen today is absolutely outrageous. So if you do enjoy this video, smash that like button, subscribe. We're going to jump into game 1 of Bob's absolute masterclass. Okay, so Bob's elo had taken a bit of a spike because he'd been cheating in a lot of games, so he's currently sat at 668 for this game. He starts the game with the move knight to c3. Now, out the opening, you're not going to see anything too extremely horrifically awful, okay? It's all very normal stuff. Despite being a beginner, you know some sort of opening principles of, like, develop your knights, take the centre, all this stuff. So you're not going to see anything too obvious. So e5 is played, knight f3, just bringing another knight out, knight c6, and then the move d4. Now, this does look a little bit strange immediately, because this is, like, quite a high-level opening. I mean, you have to calculate all these trades, but it was, I guess you play it in sort of 12 seconds. That's fine. Pushing e4 is just a bit of a mistake, so that just hangs a pawn completely. Knight b4. See, like, Bob's opponents throughout this video, you're going to notice a trend of them playing at the elo they should be. And there is, like, nothing wrong with not being overly good at chess yet. Like, you're clearly very new to the game. There is no need to, like, I don't know, sweat out the best moves and be some sort of chess god, okay? It's just impossible. So knight b4 is played. We get the move c3, just setting up this little connect-free sort of pyramid structure in the centre for Bob. Knight obviously has to jump back. Knight goes back to g3. No beginner is finding knight g3. Like, this is such a high-level move. Like, it's the best move, obviously, for the engine. But, like, why is so tricky to find? It's because of the move e4. Like, you want to prepare this move e4. You want to get your knight out the way of the centre. Like, no beginner is finding knight to g3. Queen comes out, and then e4 is obviously played, best move, and then the knight jumps to f4. Now, this is a huge mistake, the engine says, because, of course, the bishop can just take it. And obviously, Bob is not missing these tactics. Bob is a chess savant. He will not miss that tactic. d5 is played, actually quite a good move, to be fair. Queen to b3. We get a trade-off in the centre. Knight jumps forwards, which just looks insane. f6 is played, obviously kicking the knight away. No beginner is about to find the next move. Like, at an early intermediate level, you're always told, right, look for your checks, your attacks, your captures. In this position, every beginner in the world is going, my knight is under attack, let me move my knight away. Okay, let me play like knight c4. No chess beginner at 500 elo is finding the move bishop to b5 check. And that was the whole idea of putting this knight on e5, because when you block, Bob finds one of the most insane sequences I've ever seen in my life. Knight takes pawn. I mean, this guy that Bob is playing is probably thinking, what an idiot, he's just giving me a free knight. I mean, it's going to be the easiest win of my life. No, because now you take with check and win a rook. Who the hell at 500 elo chess is finding this move sequence? No one, okay? There are people in my rapid games that would miss this, okay? This is impossible for a beginner to find. I mean, you almost kind of have to respect it, because in all these games, Bob has between 97 and 100% accuracy. He's not being subtle in the slightest. Like, there is no subtlety to him at all. I kind of respect it. So bishop picks up the rook. So we get the move bishop to e6. I mean, I feel bad for this guy Bob's playing. Like, his whole position is, like, locked in. There's nowhere these pieces can really go. But d5 is played, attacking the bishop. Bishop moves away. Now we give a check, and this bishop is just on a gorgeous outpost in the centre of the board here. King goes to f7, and now you give this discovered check, attacking the queen, opening up your queen onto the king. I mean, what? Like, I'm sorry, if you're 500 elo watching this video, shout out you guys for not cheating, okay, for one, because it's okay to not be the best at chess. But, like, do leave a comment, like, are you seeing these moves? Like, before they're played, are you seeing the ideas of, like, d6? Like, did you see that? I mean, I'm going to assume not, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I wouldn't see that instantly. Queen obviously blocks. This is a good find from Bob's opponent, and instead of a queen trade, we get the move d7. Like, I'm sorry, that's just insane. He clearly turned off the hacks here because he could have played this and just, like, completely won a queen. But clearly he turned off the hacks because he was like, right, I've managed to get myself up 7 points of material. Now it's time to go for the win by myself. It's going to be a legit win. Obviously, you can't just take this bishop. Well, for one, you're pinned, and also that would not be good because you just promote to another queen. Bishop develops, and then we get the move bishop d5. So maybe he thought, oh god, maybe I'm going to lose this game. Let me turn the hacks back on. Bishop to d5 is found, take back with check, blocks. You take the pawn, and long castle attacking the bishop. Like, it's just stupidly ridiculous. I mean, now this just hangs mate. I mean, that's game one for you guys. I don't really know what to make of that. And don't worry, the other 4 games, it just gets progressively worse, okay? I've put this video in an order to show you guys the absolute extent these people are willing to go to. So Bob has managed to climb up to 700 elo now, which is quite a big landmark. That's a significant feat. You know, for any beginner, 700 elo, well done you guys, okay? Knight c3 is played, okay? Then we get the move e5, knight to f3, knight c6. So you'll notice Bob likes getting his knights out before sort of striking in the centre, which is a viable choice. I mean, it's definitely an option. But then d4 is played, and then we get takes and takes. They don't opt to take the knight. Knight to b3 is played, attacking the bishop, and then d6. This isn't too ideal, because now, okay, this is actually a very strong move. In my head, I'm thinking from a 700 elo standpoint, like just takes and takes, and now black can't castle. That looks the most logical, but I forgot Bob was cheating. So Bob develops his bishop, right, on this nice active diagonal, and now if there's a trade of queens, Bob can take with the rook, taking control of the open d-file, and still has the ability to castle. I'm sorry, it slipped my mind that Bob was cheating. Knight to f6, and now Bob takes that. Long castles into check. I mean, black here should just resign. Black should see, like, okay, this 700 elo guy's a god. Let me get out of here. Picks up the free pawn. The rook comes over to e8. This is about to be a vile sequence of moves. Bishop to d6. King steps forwards. e4 is played. I mean, sort of creating an outpost for the knight. You're going to give a check. You're going to bring your other rook to the centre. Like, this couldn't be any more brutal. Takes, and f5 is played. Now you're going to give this check on c4, and you can see I've already highlighted the squares that are already the king can't go to. Like, you're creating a mating net here, which is such a high level sort of move because your knight is under attack, so obviously you think move the knight. But now you give the check, you create the mating net, and now it's just forced mate in 9. And if there's a forced mate in 9, and you have access to a chess engine, you're of course going to find the forced mate in 9, which is just ridiculous from a 700, well technically 500 elo player. The bishop blocks, and now it's mate in 3. Pause the video actually and see if you guys can find this. I'm curious to know what sort of level finds this forced mate. If you said rook takes, you're a genius, okay? Because the king slides over to c8, you just play rook c7, king has to go back over. I guess you can go either way really. If you go here, then the knight takes this way and it's mate. But the king obviously goes to the left, and the knight going here is checkmate. I don't really know what to say. I mean, Bob just found like a forced mate in 11. I mean, obviously it was reduced to like mate in 4, where the opponent didn't play the best moves, but Bob knew there was a mate in 11, okay? That's high-level stuff. Now we have Bob's first game with the black pieces, okay? Climbed up to 7-2-6, you've got to respect it. e4 is played. d5. d3. d takes, and d takes, okay? So we get a trade in the centre. And then we get a queen trade. So Bob loves to take these queens. Knight is developed to the centre. F5 is played. We get a trade in the centre. Bob clearly sacrificing pawns for development. I mean, it's a very high level tactic. H4 is played, so opponent lashing out down the side of the board. And Bob, of course, long castles into check. Because he just loves giving these checks through the long castle. I presume the dark square bishop will be opened up at some point. Knight c4, I mean, this is just insane stuff. Like, the idea of knight c4 is so high level, it's unbelievable. You're clearly looking to give this check, and the king cannot go here because the knight sees this square, so the king has to go here. And then you play knight to c2, just forking the king and the rook. I mean, it's just insane. Knight c4, high level move. G4 is played, and you just ignore that fork completely and give this check. Like, that's actually insane. Here, is it best to play knight c2? Is there any sort of way of salvage? I don't think... Yeah, there's no checks with these pieces, so knight c2 is the best move. Bob finds it. Here, do you want... I don't actually know if you want to take the rook or not. I think you probably... Oh, no, Engine wants e5. Engine wants this move e5. What's the idea behind e5? I guess creating an outpost for your knight. But sure. Bob obviously turns the hacks off and thinks, I've got a free rook, this is the easiest win of my life. But now after g takes here, which the opponent finds, and the move e5, here you want to take en passant, but I don't know if the opponent knows that exists. So they play knight to g3, and now it's just very unfortunate what's about to happen to Junior 60-53. Check. King slides over. Check. King slides over. Bishop comes into the prey. And now you can just pick up a free knight. I mean, you take this way, which with check. You pick up a free pawn. You play knight to b3, rook h2. You take here. Oh my god. Oh, I've just looked ahead on the eval. This is just stupid. Rook slides over. Knight forks the pieces, and they just resign. Because, like, what do you even do here? You might go here, here, here. And then you're just going to bring the other rook over and just start raining down hell. It's not fair, okay? It's not fair. So the sort of game-breaking idea of this game, this move, knight to c4. No 500 elo player is finding this move, setting up this trap. Like, what the hell? I mean, it gives it as a mistake, but that is just stupidly insane, isn't it? Game number 4, guys. White pieces for Bob this time. He's stepped up to 800 elo. Mwah! This is a huge landmark for a beginner player. You're sort of starting to get into those games where you do start implementing some proper chess principles. Like, stuff starts to get a little bit serious here. A4 is played. Of course it is. Thank you, Bob. E4, opponent strikes in the centre. I mean, when your opponent threatens the flank, you strike in the centre. It's a very common rule. Bob just keeps his push going, plays c3, plays d4, and then we get a trade in the centre and e3 is played. So ultra solid stuff from Bob. Very disciplined chess. This guy's a legend. A takes on b6, c takes on b6, develops the dark square bishop, light square bishop comes out, pinning the knight, bishop defends. Like, so far, this has actually been... I mean, I'm also talking about Bob's opponent, a relatively high-level game. Obviously, we know Bob is going to play at a high level, but the opponent is smashing it so far. This is really good stuff. What? Guys, I take back everything I just said. I kind of see the idea here, actually. I actually kind of see the idea. I think the opponent forgot you could take with the knight, which would then defend the bishop. Because if you take with the pawn, you just take this bishop and things are equal again. So I actually don't hate the... Like, clearly, right, Bob's opponent's been doing his puzzles and was like, there's a tactic here. But just completely missed taking back with the knight, unfortunately. You could also just, like, take this bishop with check and then take the knight however you like. But taking with the knight is good. Taking like this, bosh, then, oh my, Bob is such a dirty cheat, man. Like, every 500 in the world is just taking here. Like, every single one in the world, and we're getting a position like this. Okay, that's like Bob is giving check. He's just playing the best engine move every single time. He's such a dirty cheat. Short castles and short castles. Bishop comes out. Knight jumps forwards because you don't want to damage your pawn structure. H3 is played. H6. This is high level stuff again from Bob's opponent. Bishop steps back. Knight steps back. And now you take and open everything up, and it's looking a bit scary. Queen f3, targets a pawn, knight jumps forwards. Oh my god, this is getting brutal. Oh my god, look at this. The forking of the rook and the queen, that's brutal. Takes the rook, takes the rook. I mean, this is just insane. Queen trade as well. I mean, what 500 elo player is offering a queen trade here? Pinning the queen to the king, so that they have to take. And now it's 2 rooks against nothing. That's just stupidly insane. And now you just pick up every single pawn. And you can tell, right, they turned off the cheats here, because there's like so many mates in one. I don't know, like, let's say they play here, then you've got the move, I don't know, like d4, I want to say, is mate. Yeah, d4's mate, so that's mate in one. But they don't find it, they play c4. So they've clearly turned the hacks off. I say hacks, the engine, I'm sorry. Takes the pawn, king takes back, takes, and they just keep pushing the pawn. e5, rook e5 is mate. They keep pushing the pawn. I mean, rook e5 is still mate. And they promote to a queen. King goes up, and now this, queen e8, or, I don't know, queen e6, that's mate. You could even go like queen c2, because then I think the king has to go down to e1 again, and then play like rook e5. But instead, they slide over, king goes to f3, and they give a rook checkmate. Like, what the hell was the point in making this queen if you were going to give a rook checkmate anyway? Like, I'm sorry, it's just mind-boggling stuff. We've gone through 4 games, people. We've gone through them relatively quickly, okay? Game number 5 is absolutely mind-blowing, okay? This is the 5th and final game. If you've enjoyed this video so far, please be sure to subscribe and like the video. It would help me out so much. I would love you guys forever. Bob is up to 845 right now, okay? Playing, I'm not going to try to pronounce your name, I'm sorry, but playing a gent or a lady from Kazakhstan, and we get e4, Bob plays a5. Hang on, let me get it into analysis mode so you guys can see the level of moves. d4 is played, a4 is played, a3 is played now to shut off this flank pawn. You don't want to let it advance any further, it's getting all up in your grill. c6 is played, looking to strike in the centre. Never mind, it's d6 just to open up the bishop. I mean, this is just stupidly high-level stuff. Knight jumps into the centre, and then we get the move e5. So knight jump into d7 obviously prepares e5. Obviously, if you were to make these trades, sorry, I will just show you this line. You cannot take, because after takes, and takes, you are in fact just up a knight. So that's high-level stuff. Bring the knight over to f6, bishop steps out, castles, takes in the centre, knight takes, pawn takes, and short castles from Bob. Game is actually completely equal after 11 moves, which is very, very impressive when your opponent is blatantly cheating, okay? Bob played this game, let me just find the actual level of accuracy, at 97.1. But his 800 elo opponent played at 84.3, so like a very, very respectable game. And I can confirm Bob's account has been closed, so this gentleman or lady would have got their elo back, which is obviously a great justice. Rook e1, f5 is played, threatening a fork, but the knight clearly sees it and steps back, because if you were to just play a move like this, then there is in fact the move e4, which is very scary. So knight steps back. Good move, knight c5, bishop steps forward, and we get a centre trade, potentially? No, Bob locks down the position with the move e4. And now, his opponent lashes out with b4, but you can actually take en passant. And Bob, being a man of culture, or a man with the chess engine and seeing the best move, takes en passant. I wonder if he actually knew en passant was a thing, or if he saw on the engine, a takes on b3 and was just like, what? What is this sorcery? How the hell do I do that? I wonder if he like tried moving his knight here first and was like, no, that can't make sense. So eventually decided on this. I mean, it did take him, how long did that take him? 26 seconds to read the engine and work out what the hell that meant. I mean, that's insane stuff. Bishop takes. Now, does Bob take this bishop? I mean, it looks very enticing to do so. Maybe even I would play that move. No, of course not. He brings the bishop out to attack the rook, and now plays b4. Obviously, if you were to take, that would be a huge blunder because your rook would be hanging. So, opponent clearly sees that, plays a4, which is Not ideal, really, because just inducing loads of trades in which you do not win. Knight steps to the centre, queen gives a check. I mean, I just feel like Bob is about to unleash the most brutal thing I've ever seen in my life. Rook attacks the queen. Queen steps over. Rook A1. Who the hell at this elo is finding rook to A1? Like, are you insane? I mean, we get these trades. The knight steps back, and the queen takes. King H2. Queen takes. Goes back. I'm sorry, Bob. You're not finding this move. You're not finding this move. I mean, the only move really is for the queen to take. Let's say you go here. I mean, that does, for one, just hang your queen completely. But you can also probably just take, and then take. I mean, either way, you're losing your queen, so it doesn't particularly matter. So queen takes on c1, knight takes, and wait, in this position, do they resign? Yeah, they've just resigned. They just resigned in this position. Can you blame them? Like, can you actually blame... Like, this is just stupid. Like, what do you even do here? Like, rook e1, hit the knight. I mean, that's like... What else can you do? Like, there is nothing. And then, yeah, here, it's game over. Bob, you're a disgrace of a human being. You are a cheat. And I'm glad your account has been suspended. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.